Welcome to Mirror Motivations, day 1, 2, and 3. So you have your Mirror Motivations daily journal. Here it is right here. Beautiful brown journal. And when you open it up, as I'm sure you already have, you have the instructions guide, the Mirror Motivations prompts. These are cleaning type stickers that you apply to your mirror. You can easily remove them and reposition them as necessary. And then you have your daily journal. In the journal there are exercises and for the end of each day and an opportunity for you to reflect on that day and get prepared for tomorrow. Oh, and finally you have a pen. A dry erase, in this case black, marker that you will use to write on your mirror. Yes, you get to write on your mirror. You can write anything you want on your mirror. Okay, so let's get started. Now, one of the first things you want to do, especially if it's something that you hadn't used before at all, is to read the directions. Now, many people, including myself, don't like to read directions, but in this particular case, please read the directions, i.e. the instruction guide. The instruction guide is going to tell you the purpose of Mirror Motivations. Ideally, you already understand that to a degree, how to use it, and it explains the two sections or modules for Mirror Motivations. There's the first part of developing yourself, and then that's where you change. That's where we confront those negative behaviors and expectations. That's where we define who we are and who we really want to become and how we're going to get there. That's where we then go and make those changes and instill new behaviors into our being. That can take anywhere from 20 to 30 days, typically 25 days, so, and it's a process. Everything is a process. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is idealistic. Things will never happen exactly the way you want them to happen. And a lot of times that's the challenge, that we face. So, and phase 2 is executing daily actions. And that is, hey, I made some great changes to me. I understand that I'm improving, that I'm going to constantly continue focusing on improving. And so the executing daily actions is where you will use several Mirror Motivation prompts, and those will help you focus on what's important to you, help you focus on your why, help you focus on what you want to accomplish out of life, and also help you remember important things that you want to get done that day, that week, or some upcoming future time frame. And finally, and most importantly, the instruction guide really speaks to how to use Mirror Motivations each and every day. Okay? And so when you get started for day 1, 2, and 3, and I won't show it on the camera because it'll probably be quite difficult to see the text through the video, but when you open your instructional guide up to the page entitled Mirror Prompt Usage Table, you will see that it's divided into day 1, 2, and 3, day 4 through 6, day 7 through 9, etc. And for each day, the instruction guide tells you, number 1, which mirror prompt to use in your packet, and number 2, what you want to do for the morning, throughout the day, and at night. Now, it may or may not seem like a lot to you, but it really isn't. And the first thing is, don't be in such a rush to get to the end. Appreciate the journey. The journey is where you grow. The journey is where you learn more about yourself. The end result will come. And in most cases, it's going to come with challenges. So don't be patient with yourself. Appreciate the journey, because that's where you build that skill, that muscle. And that's what we're doing. You're building new skills, you're building new muscles. Think of it as going to the gym. You don't go to the gym one time, curl some barbells, and say, okay, now I'm ready for Mr. Olympia. Even though we might want that. You know, ladies, you don't go and do one jazzercise class and say, okay, yep, I've lost all the weight I want to lose. I'm X pounds lighter. I'm good. No, it doesn't work that way. It requires commitment, self-discipline, and effort. And you're worth it. You really want to understand that you are worth the effort that you put into yourself. And it will always pay off. So be patient with yourself. Don't be in such a rush. Appreciate the journey. And you will find that you will learn a lot about yourself. So, for each day, Mirror Motivations will give you something to do in the morning. In most cases, it'll take 1, 2, 3 minutes. You can be brushing your teeth, which is why I'm standing here in front of my bathroom mirror. And you can be combing your hair and getting dressed for your regular, typical day. And you can do that Mirror Motivations exercise. During the day is more or less thinking about what you put on the mirror that morning. So actually you're going to be writing on your mirror, and you're going to leave that up there. Believe me, you're going to want to leave that up there. But during the day, you're going to actually find yourself thinking back to, why did I put that word? Why did I put that short phrase? And so a part of the Mirror Motivations process is just doing your day, doing those times throughout the day. You will naturally think about these things, okay? And part 3, or the nighttime aspect of Mirror Motivations, is after you completed your day, you come home, you're about to brush the teeth again, you're getting ready to go to bed. And so here you're going to do the Mirror Motivations nightly routine, if you will. That can take a little bit longer. It will take a little bit longer, especially when you're in phase 1, the developing ourself phase. Okay, here's where you are going to do some exercises. So these can take a while, 10, 15, 20, even 25 minutes. That's fine. You're worth it. Make the time for yourself. Love yourself enough to put aside that time for yourself. All right. And then also at night, you're going to actually write in your journal. And when you look at your journal, each night it's going to tell you, well, no matter which day that you're on, what you want to get accomplished for that nightly exercise. It's going to be pretty simple in most cases. You're going to write down what you put on the mirror that morning. It's going to ask you to dig a little deeper into why you made the choices that you did. And then there potentially will be 1 or 2 exercises depending on what day you're working on. All right, so enough of the talk. Let's get the party started. So for day 1, 2, and 3, if you have your instruction guide in front of you, you've already read the instructions. Come on, please, please, please. And now you're at on the mirror prompt usage table page. And it says the mirror prompt that you're going to be using is the "Who are you?" mirror prompt. The "Who are you?" mirror prompt. It's always good to know who you are. And oftentimes we don't know who we are. We know who we may want to be. We know how frustrated we might be with ourselves, or how wonderful we think we are. And that's great. But for day 1, 2, and 3 for Mirror Motivations, we're going to focus on who we are, or who are you. So I'm going to just, or you're going to just take the mirror prompt out, find the who are you one, and just apply it to your mirror. Now I can apply it any kind of way I want to, and then I can come and take it off and I can reposition it. And so I'm going to put it kind of in the middle. Never can get that straight. Okay, I'm going to put it in the middle. I did that so I can keep the bubbles out, but that's not working. All right, so why don't I just do it the way you're supposed to do it? Yeah, that's me. I always want to try something different. And I'll just apply it from just like that. Boom. Okay, now now we have the who are you day 1, 2, and 3 decal mirror prompt on your mirror. Now, when you refer to your guide, it's going to tell you for day 1, 2, and 3, write a single word to best describe you for each of the 7 aspects. A single word that best describes you for each of the 7 aspects. And in your guide, it shows you, and here on the prompt, if you can read it, who are you mentally? How do you feel about yourself, basically? Who are you career-wise, socially, spiritually, relationship, physically? Okay? And the first day, it asks you to write a word for all 7 of them. That's going to change as you reflect more, as you dig deeper into you. But the goal here is for you to not think and debate and dwell on it all right here in the beginning. Just put down how you feel right now. It will evolve. It will solidify. All right? So that's what you do. You will do. You will pull out your pen, and it has a little marker on the back, on the top, eraser, so to speak. And then for mentally, you could say, I am, frustrated. And relationship, my relationships is great. I feel great in my relationships. And, but that's up to you. That's who you are, not who I am. Socially, you could say alone. Spiritually, loss. Financially, concerned, scared, lost. So I guess actually, spiritually, loss is the wrong loss. Sorry. All right. Imperfect. Okay. All right. Physically, I'm okay. I feel good. I feel in shape. But in shape is not necessarily an emotion, huh? All right. So I'm gonna take that out and I say I feel good. And career-wise, I feel I'm trying to want to make up something. Typically a person would feel they could feel frustrated about that too. But I'm gonna say dead. I'm in this dead-end job and I just hate it. All right. So that is the end of day 1 in the morning for Mirror Motivations. Now you can close up your pen, spit if you were brushing your teeth. And while you're at it though, you want to now take a look at what do you want to do during the day. And so during the day, all you're going to do is think about the words you selected, all of the words that you placed here. You just want to think about them. And honestly, that's going to come naturally. You're going to be sitting down at your desk or walking around as you work, and you're going to say, yeah, I do feel frustrated. Yes, this job is, I do feel dead in this job. But you want to start digging into why you feel that way. And when you read the guide, it's going to say, how does that word help you to feel safe, protected, or free of pain? Now, at first glance, you may go, wait a minute, that doesn't quite make sense to me. But behind all of those frustrations or feelings, there are actions that you take or you don't take. And those actions that you are taking and not taking are the things that, the behaviors that your body has put into place to protect you. And that's what we want to get to. That's what you want to get to. You want to understand, how am I trying to protect myself by doing or not doing certain things? And so then, fast forward, you come in, you get done what you need to do during the day. You're preparing for tomorrow. You're about to brush, you're taking your bath, shower, what have you. You're in front of your mirror at night. And for Mirror Motivations, what you want to do first, glance at your instruction guide, and it's going to tell you in the journal, perform the Who Are You exercise. All right? And it'll tell you, you'll be asked to state why you selected each word, and it will also let you know that you will only focus on 2 or 3 of these 7 aspects. Easy enough. So at nighttime, you pull out your journal. You will flip to or find the Who Are You exercise. For day 1, it's going to be, the day is going to be at the top. There's a blank there if you want to put the date in there for yourself. And it's going to just tell you, first and foremost, you're going to focus on how you feel, who are you mentally, and who are you from a career perspective. We're not going to do them all. Let's focus on those 2 for the nightly exercise. And then you will write that word in your journal. Now, throughout the day, you may have said, you know what? Maybe it's not that I really feel frustrated. Maybe my career is not all that dead. Maybe there's a different word that you choose. That's fine. Feel free to change the word. Not a problem at all. So put that word or short phrase in your nightly journal. Okay? And then it's going to ask you how does this word help you feel safe, protected, or free of pain? And again, what you're really looking to do is to go beyond the word. Well, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel frustrated with myself mentally? Well, I feel frustrated with myself mentally because I know that there are so many things that I could be doing, and it's like I'm scared to do them. Okay? How is that helping you? How is that helping me feel safe, protected, or free of pain? Well, what am I afraid of? So I'm asking myself why again. What am I afraid of? Well, I'm afraid of what people will say or do or think when I try to do something and it doesn't work. Or I'm afraid of failing myself. Or you could be afraid of succeeding. We're all unique. We are all unique. But the goal is to get to your why. Why am I afraid? Why? All right? And so in your particular case, well, if I'm afraid of what people are going to say, think, or do, I'm not doing the things to help me move forward because I'm afraid of what people think. And that's why this behavior is helping me to feel safe or feeling protected. I don't have to face the criticism of what somebody may say or what I may think somebody is saying. But honestly, you should focus on what you think. you can't make everybody happy. Some people like red, some people like blue, some people like your smile, some people like some other smile. Everybody likes something different. That is what makes us unique. So the key thing is to focus on you. You are more important than what they think. What you think is more important. And love yourself enough. Learn to love yourself enough. Embrace yourself enough to know that I am really more important than what they think. What I want is more important than their words. What they think, what they say, what they do. Okay. So, for day 1 of Mirror Motivations, that's it. That is it. And for day 2, you're right here in front of your mirror again with the same mirror prompt. And more than likely when you wake up, you may want to change some of these. Well, really, I don't feel alone. Maybe I feel, and notice how I just use a piece of tissue or what have you and just wipe that off. Maybe I feel, I don't know, because it's isolated. I don't know. But whatever you come up with, feel free to change the words that you reflect up there. They're a reflection of you. But you want to come up with the word or short phrase that doesn't express how you feel right now at this specific moment, but how you tend to feel a majority of the time. Okay? And so for day 2, same thing. You come in front of the mirror in the morning and you look at these prompts and your responses. You may change some. You probably will change some. Or you may go, okay, I'm good. That's it. You handle the morning. During the day, think about those again. Roll to the night for day 2 and for day 3. So for the night for day 2, your words are going to be, your aspects that you're going to focus on are relationship and physical. Physically. Who are you physically and why do you feel the way you do about yourself? Now, sometimes, many times, hopefully, all of your responses won't be positive or negative. In most cases, you're going to have a mixture. So you want to focus, you want to highlight the positives and instill those inside because there's a lesson to be learned from that. Physically, I feel good. Well, why do you feel good? Well, I look all right in the mirror and I exercise, boom. And I eat decently. So here you have behaviors, you've identified behaviors that help you be physically good. And the same with the negative side of things. So you'll have a mix of good and not so good to you behaviors. And so put depth and thought into each one, and you will begin to see that the things that you feel good about are the things that you're focusing on, are the things that you're confident about, are the things that you put time into, and are the things that are truly important for you. And the things that you feel negatively about are probably going to be the things that there's some fear, a lot of fear associated with doing or not doing something. And it could be fear of so many things, but we won't go into that. So for day 2 and for day 3, that's what you're doing. You're reflecting on those aspects and identifying the behaviors that attribute to the positive things and the ones that attribute to the negative things. That's it. Simple steps. Simple steps. All right. That is day 1, 2, and 3 for Mirror Motivations. As always, I'm here to help you. coaching at mirrormotivations.com. There's a card in your Mirror Motivations kit that tells you how to get in contact with me. Please love yourself enough to keep moving forward, to follow the process, to learn from this process and other processes. Okay, go and make it a great day.